Good morning, everyone. I'm Mary with Mary Greeley News. Thank you for joining me. As the sun came up today at Old Faithful, fog came in, and I'm showing you different images that I have captured so far today of Old Faithful. There, you can see it's foggy. The first eruption that occurred this morning at Old Faithful was at 8:33. Here you can see the fog is lifting. And I'll go through a series of static images from Old Faithful. It's a little dirty, not as bad as what it was showing before. Here we got 8:23. I'm going to make this larger for you so you can see that. See how dirty that is? And we'll come ahead here, 8:24. Yeah, still dirty. Come ahead again. 8:26. It tried to go off, but it didn't succeed. There's a lot of false starts when Old Faithful is primed to erupt. This was the first eruption that I saw, and here we got 8:32, and there it is at 8:33. It was a very long eruption. I really couldn't tell the height, but because of the steam, I would say it was a large eruption. Let me bring this down, and we'll go ahead another one. 8:34. Normally the eruptions happen anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes. This one lasted probably about 5. Yeah, see, it's still steaming there. Let me zoom in. And I don't know if you can tell, but there is still water coming out. This is the first eruption that I've seen for today. It was foggy, but something that large, I think we would have seen, or I would have seen it earlier. Okay, 8:39, 8:40, 8:41, 8:42, 8:43, 44, 45, 46, 8:48, 49, 50, 51, 52, or no, 51, excuse me. 53. Well, they got an image missing here? Yeah, they do. They have an image missing here. And, okay, 8:54, 8:55, 56. It's currently 10:02 Central Daylight Time, which would make it 9:02 there at the park. It's now 9:04. I'm going to show you the web address that I used. And this is what I changed to get the current image. See, we got 361. I'll change it to 362. Yeah, they don't have it. Okay, so the last image you're showing is 9:03, and it's currently 10:04. Today, there's been several large earthquakes there at the park, which USGS is not reporting. You can see here they're marked in red. Quite a few of them across the board. This is when the geologists get a text message sent to them that an earthquake has occurred and for them to review it. On the weekends, USGS does not report any earthquakes unless it's generated by a computer of a magnitude 2.5, I think, or greater. The last earthquake they reported was down by Soda Springs. That was a 2.9. Before that, there was a 3.5. And let's look through this. Stanley, Idaho, a 2.4. Today is the 22nd. Hedgen Lake, a 0.9. A 2.5. Stanley, Idaho, a 2.6. Now that was yesterday. 10 kilometers in depth. Yeah, so I wonder who reported the 0.9 at Hedgen Lake. Like I said, normally they do not report any earthquakes on the weekend. Once in a great while, I guess it would depend on who the seismologist is that's working on the weekend. Yeah, once in a great while they do report them. One very dedicated worker, yeah, there is only one. Yeah, he doesn't, or she doesn't report them on the weekends very often. But this person does. Now that was at 4:20. Maybe it was the night shift, I don't know. But see, this earthquake here, they are not reporting. Oops, let me bring this down for you. If I can get it on the right line. Right there. Right there. And right there. Let's go to the spectrogram. This is Mary Lake. And I'm going to talk about Mary Lake because see this up here? Magma intrusion. That's very important to note. Yeah, hot magma and gases coming up. Look at that. This here is Maple Creek. And this one here is Moose Creek, Idaho. This was probably one of the larger of the earthquakes. Someone asked me when I posted on Twitter what I thought it was. I think it was probably close to a magnitude 3. I could be wrong. 2.5 maybe. But it's not being reported. The next largest one would be this one right here. Right there. Let me bring it over. Alright, I want to go to Mary Lake and get that done with. This magma that was coming in. The reason that is very significant is that it is along the area of uplift. See that yellow line? We have uplift going from the Mallard Lake Resurgent Dome all the way up to the Sour Creek Resurgent Dome. And Mary Lake is right along that line. Now, the reason they have uplift throughout that area is the magma comes in from one of the plumes. They got two areas where it comes in. One from the Snake River Plateau and the other over here on this area by the Sour Creek Resurgent Dome to the left of Yellowstone Lake. It goes under the lake and then comes up and then moves across. This here is an image from USGS. I'm going to make it larger for you. I don't know if you can see it here, but this is areas where they have rhyolite flows from the past. We got a little pointy star up here, which was the 1959 earthquake up there at Hedgen Lake. The stars are rhyolite vents where the magma came in and flowed across the park. Okay, so here's the area, the hot spot. This is an area of uplift and an area where the magma is pushing the ground up. We got the Sour Creek Resurgent Dome and the Mallard Lake Resurgent Dome. Sour Creek is on the right and the Mallard Creek Resurgent Dome is on the left. That is the hill that you see on the live webcam when the live webcam was working, but here we got the static cam. This is the Mallard Creek Resurgent Dome, this hill right here. Most volcanoes only have one resurgent dome. That is the area that is uplifting, usually the center of a volcano. But because Yellowstone's so big, it's actually got two resurgent domes. And I'm clicking forward on these images. This is 906, 909, 908. That's what I see that is happening. Here again we have Maple Creek, Moose Creek, Idaho, and Mary Lake. Yeah, we got magma coming in there registering at Mary Lake. Let's look at some of these other earthquakes that occurred. Get it back on the line for you. Let's see. We got a series of two. Yesterday, there was earthquakes coming in at about 4 to 5 at a time. Bam, bam, bam. And we'll look at the earthquake signature. Alright, let's close that out and look at some of this other stuff. Earthquake there, not being reported. There's a lot that's not being reported. So I think I'll start at the top and work my way down. Okay. Well, if I can, let's see here. Let's go to that magma intrusion. There we go. Okay. Maybe it's easier for me to work my way from the bottom to the top. Because when I click on them, we got another small one here. Yeah, I don't know why all of a sudden it's not working. I was having problems earlier today, and I had to shut this program down and restart it. And those that follow me on Twitter will know that 2 days ago, I had a problem with a hacker remotely logging in on my computer and shutting it down. It wasn't a power surge or anything like that. I would have noticed the lights flickering. Anyways, Old Faithful is supposed to go off, and that's why they call it Faithful, about every 90 minutes. And they give it a plus or minus of about every 10 minutes. Let me pull this over. Meaning when they calculate the 90 minutes that it's supposed to go off, it could go off 10 minutes earlier, or it could go off 10 minutes later. Let me go back another 4 hours for you. And what I want to do is go back to yesterday and show you those earthquakes that were coming in. Bam, 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 bam. See, this is Mary Lake. Blobs of magma. Look at that. Let me extract that so you can see the signature. Yeah, look at that. Harmonic tremors or volcanic tremors. Alright, we'll go back. I want to show you this too. This one's larger here at Moose Creek, Idaho. Right there. And we'll extract it from Maple Creek. Doesn't really have a P wave on it. This one does. You know, that one and that one there very well could have happened at Stanley, Idaho. The P wave is the first signature of an earthquake as it comes in. It goes directly through the earth. Let me pull this over and show you these other ones. And then the S wave goes around the outside edge of the earth. That is the rumbling, the actual shaking, the S wave. The P wave is the sound of the earthquake that you hear prior to the earthquake shaking. I hope I'm making myself clear. Yeah, I'm having a hard time talking and doing this at the same time. Yeah, good thing I'm not chewing bubblegum. Anyways, notice this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 earthquakes. Look how it got stronger and then settled down. This was yesterday. Or the date, let's see. November 20th, excuse me. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. Alright, so let's go back another 4 hours. And we got some more right here. Say 1, 2, 3. See how they got bigger as they came in? And I pulled it over for you. And then down here, let me go ahead another hour. This is Mary Lake. See that? The harmonic tremors that were occurring at Mary Lake? and this was Friday. I noticed this right after I had posted my video about Yellowstone on Friday. Alright, let me come back another 4 hours. Alright, and we'll go back. So I did my video. Yeah, look at all that. Let's extract that. Mary Lake. Right there. Yeah, harmonic tremors. Like I said, so this is an indication that the magma is coming up, traveling underneath Yellowstone Lake to the area of the Mallard Lake Resurgent Dome, and then up towards the Madison River and Norris Geyser Basin. Some people on Twitter have asked me, what do I think this means? I believe that this area is once again, the ground is heating up, magma is rising up, making, it dry up. Yeah, and that's not good. When the geysers dry up, that is not good. Do a Google search. I want to go back to how often Old Faithful goes off. Here it says the world's most famous geyser erupts around 20 times a day. Well, it's not doing that. And they predict it with 90% confidence within 10 minutes. Average is about every 94 minutes, it says here. And I have noticed by tracking the eruptions that it's going off much later. Instead of 94 minutes, 134 minutes. That was actually on the 20th, 139 minutes. It was 49 minutes late. Alright, back in 2018, the Washington Post had an article. It says, Yellowstone Steamboat Geyser erupts in 2014. Most have unpredictable eruptions that may happen in intervals lasting years. Rising magma would dry up pools of water, so the geysers go dormant. Researchers are thinking that more activity to come. The same day that this activity started, on November 20th, was when Steamboat Geyser went off once again. It had been quiet for 9 days. They're thinking it might break records that it set the year before in 2018, I think it was, where it had 49 eruptions. It has had 45 eruptions so far this year, and this is November 22nd. Because the live webcam is not working, they had to go by the different earthquake seismology reports that would show up there. And here's a thumbnail of those activity. We got Wednesday, November 11th, and then the 20th, and I'll make that one larger. This is from the Norris Museum. Here's a current image of the different thumbnails. I'll give you a link. It's all these data information is all in the box down below. Here we got Maple Creek, we got Madison River, Purple Mountain, Western Entry. Look at Parker Peak all the way over on the east side of Yellowstone Lake. Let me make that larger for you. Yeah, and they're not reporting these earthquakes. Look at that. Alright, so we'll go back. Lake Butte, it reported, showed up these earthquakes, these recent earthquakes. The Promontory, Mount Sheridan, Peachstone Plateau, Hawks Rest. Now, I've talked about Hawks Rest. Yeah, there's the magma that was coming. I was told years ago by another follower that Hawks Rest is, let me show you, a monitor down here at the southern end of Yellowstone Lake. And I've talked about this crack that's under the ground still, where rhyolite is constantly trying to come up. But according to the report that I was sent, this crack is allowing water to come down, and as the water meets the magma, it has explosions. And that's what they believe is showing up on the Hawks Rest monitor. Notice we got one in red there, 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 there. Another one there. So what does it mean? Well, it means magma is rising. means the ground is heating up. The geysers are heating up, possibly, drying up. The timing is way off. And more activity is going to happen and come. So here's the activity at Maple Creek, and I'll pull this down so you can see the recent earthquakes. And we'll pull this one right there. Anyway, so what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'm sorry, I know YouTube doesn't send out notifications like they're supposed to. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.